into the go. Oh, so you're hiding too now. Thank you. Can you shoot around corners? See, how's it coming?
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand. Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
That's so dumb, it's good.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. Never said they were running scared. They just wanted me. What the heck is the devil? Why is he that son of a bitch? Send you to kill me? Oh, want to play hide and seek? Choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
Damn.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
The killing continues. Jesus, I've killed a lot of you.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Disarm.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true.
Fucked up.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Shot him in the head. Cool.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
That's right. Hey, the big dog. The big dog.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
But first I killed about 75 people. Most of them were shooting at me. There were a couple caught in the crossfire.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long
As my father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
You know, people were just handled by the accurate bitches. I get you first. Nothing jumps me. I see I told you.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in 48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
You can't take the innocent.
There were thieves, killers, robbing travelers, and hijacking gold ships. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks out in town, drawn by greed and easy pickings.
Put that moron
Charlie
out
Crow,
of here.
the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing, thieving, murdering neighbors. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand, while stealing them blind with the other. If Daddy had lived to see Alfred Nobel's explosive invention, my guess is he would have told Samuel Colt to kiss his ass.
Do you know who we are?
I thought I was some kind of hero.
Hurt, so many bullets.
I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
I'm cutting you down.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
I will drop you down.
Quick reflexes often make up for luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to Kingdom Come. With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, the body has to know what he's shooting. One wrong bullet could turn that into a dead black hole. Good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution. Because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith. I was determined not to give up. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite a despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head was a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route. Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada
Oh, it'd be a terrible action game.
Plummer wants that asshole dead.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
Shut up.
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Jesus. It's gotta work.
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up! This day is just getting worse and worse for you.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
Oh! They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! I can shoot through! I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out!
What's wrong with gay people?
I'm gonna make you pay for that. Yeah, you know you gonna blow you into next week, boy! Woo. No blood money for you today! This is gonna hurt! This cocksucker is smarter than he was! They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! You can shoot! What can you
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Dog.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Nice, he's got the Guy Fawkes facial hair.
I dodged death many a time. That night in Abilene was I was here with the intention of finding that bastard's body and collecting the body of John Wesley. Harden. Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Damn you! I'm putting you down!
It was cold in a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres. To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Harden was waiting for me.
Should have had some whiskey. A chance.
Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Harden was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them. They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. Most of them were wanted as well. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Harden wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Harden's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Tell Harden someone's coming for him!
Stop that, son!
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
You
I wondered if Bob was among them. And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first use a dispatch as a cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond me. John Wesley might have been a different story. Until later that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
I started this off pretty consistent, and now I have a double build. Consistent.
You can kill me!
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Sorry, Sadie!
I felt a certain hostility. I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Sawed-off shotgun. Too strong in a duel.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Face.
No, wait! He didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
I'm so bad at this game.
That man was faster than grease lightning.
I dodged
But
bullets.
being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
Dodge bullets.
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless avenger took his life. Shot him in the back, just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Burn.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Kill natives? Oh god, now I feel racist.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven. Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Don't ever tell Grey Wolf that I'm coming.
They saw me before I saw them. And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting has started, there was no backing down. It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's where they treated me. I admit to having some regrets about going after the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those. Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hiding. Deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you've been there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness. 10, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls. Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had to get out there during the Indian War. They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Poor eyeball.
So much.
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul will have no name,
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequal by any other pale-faced warrior.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart. The echo of the song of your death summons the spirits deep from the
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though. The Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Echoes over the line.
couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back. I chased after it, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo is right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high. Dozens? Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady. Steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat.
I got 2 levels. Oh shit. Oh.
I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch let me ride here. Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches around.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who are you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. Appeared before me that I had not seen before.
Killed a lot of people.
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me.
Sorry people, but I have to do this. I'm interested.
But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Or he's hiding behind. literally hiding right behind him.
Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Goddamn bounty. God.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of the right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Can you imagine showing someone from that time the internet?
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street. Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake
got
was
us the ear.
Put
some holes in 'em.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity. But everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. One man was a bounty hunter, fueled by a man lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait till something pitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
This is so dangerous.
It's brave men like him who risk their lives to tame this wild country.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! You better hide! You rule the day!
Dalton gang appeared in the hometown of Coffeyville, Kansas. Condon.
Over there!
Huh? That's Silas Greaves.
What the hell?
Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons. Silas Greaves. And when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening, not high noon. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies. I had been tracking those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
Thank you.
And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeyville.
You can't get me. Can you shoot around corners? Shoot, I dare you. Hey, you got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
Friends came at me like a wild dog, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose it. The problem was, they knew the town better than I.
Get those boys.
To top it off,
Shoot him down.
I found myself
Ain't
in the
getting
middle
away
of
with
another
this.
shootout.
Come on, we gotta get out of here.
Think they know who we are?
No,
How stupid
it
idea was
was the
this?
Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons.
Oh, face. Shot in the face.
Did the Daltons pull up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe.
Get those
They were
boys.
cousins of the
Shoot him
Daltons.
down.
And they were shooting
getting
at the
away with
Browns,
this.
who were
Come on,
shooting at
we
the
gotta get out of here.
Which wasn't
Think they
any
know who we
surprise,
are?
as those two
How stupid
families
idea
were
was
feuding
this?
forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens. The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape. The 3rd brother stayed behind to plan me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work. It was him, the youngest. He decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Reeves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brother. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a risk.
You ain't getting by me, Greaves. I'm gonna cut you in half.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
Oh, another one. Jesus. I need a break. I need a break.